Clog TV.
Beyond the policy.
By Sumi Sola to start your week right with Cocoa Digest. Good morning, cherished viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Clog TV. This is the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, and I am your host, Yaira Awuno. As you know, we are coming to you live from the studios of Clog TV. We are streaming also live on Facebook and YouTube. And lastly, you can catch us on GoTV channel 184. Now, here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, we bring to you the most informative, educative, and entertaining segments like business, sports, lifestyle, entertainment, motivational quotes, current affairs discussions to give you a well-rounded experience and set the tone for your day. Now, I have here with me Miss Bevelyn Annabelle, and she is going to prepare our hearts to get a word of affirmation to inspire our day. So let us stay tuned.
Hello, and good morning to you, our cherished viewers. I am Annabelle Bevelyn Ejabia, and this is Motivational Quote on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. It's good to be here again with another thought-provoking quote to set the tone for your day. Now, we are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube as well. This morning, let's travel to Brazil and take a quote from Paulo Coelho de Souza, and he says, "One day, you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now." And he says, "One day, you wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've wanted. Do it now." So basically, this quote is reminding us that life is fleeting. And so whatever achievement you want to get in life, you need to start preparing towards it. You need to start working towards it now. Because most often we make the mistake of putting our goals aside, thinking that there's more time. But the reality of life is that time is going and the clock is ticking, and time waits for no man. I know sometimes our challenges or circumstances which we find ourselves don't help us to take that bold step. But I know that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. So this morning, I just want you to think about something you've always wanted to do. It could be a small business, it could be a new hobby, or it could be something else. So I just want to tell you this morning that just take the bold step, and then you are good to go. So this morning, I have a few comments from our viewers, and they want to share with us what procrastination has caused them. And this comment is from Tilly, and Tilly is saying that procrastination has caused me my chance of being in tertiary and even traveling outside the country. Wow. And I would say that it's not too late, Tilly, to travel. You can still actually find your ground, and if you want to travel, you can do that. So this is coming from Paul Dosu, and he says procrastination. I had this project last semester, and this lecturer really had faith in me. Like, I'm a good student. Wow. And also, they expected the best from me. I had about 2 weeks to do the project, but I used the day before the presentation to finish everything in a rush. I messed up during the presentation, and he said to my face in the class that he's disappointed, and since then, I've been trying to make it up to him. So we have another quote from Polycarp. So Polycarp is saying, procrastination made me delay reading my second degree master's, which I'm now doing. Wow. Something I could have done in 5 years ago. Wow. And he also gave another comment. He said, my brother also delayed having his first degree because he was earning a lot from the harbor as a tally clerk before they introduced a system at the port where the forklift operator had machine to locate containers on their own. I asked a colleague at work too, and he said some same travel opportunity he was delaying. He later realized that other people had grabbed the opportunity and he missed the chance to travel outside the country. Everybody wants to jackpot. Charlie, it's not too late. You can still make it. So this is from Juliet. He's saying that, well, procrastination is one of the practices I've been battling with. Each time I procrastinate, I tend to overwork myself out to make it up to the times I have wasted. Procrastination is indeed a thief of time. Basically, procrastination delays progress and shouldn't be encouraged at all. So this is what Juliet has for us. And one last one from Justice. And he's saying that I had an exam to write in 2 weeks' time. And I was thinking I had enough time. I wasn't really focusing on my studies. Instead, I was playing game and sleeping until about 3 days before I realized I needed to cover about 156 pages of slide in 3 days. This is interesting. Full of calculations too. The paper was early morning to around 7:30 a.m. I had to spend both day and night learning and solving past questions. I even felt sick after the exams and I had 2 more papers to go. This actually has inspired me. I don't know, but it's just like you have something to do. So why would you keep it for later? Because you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. You could fall sick, something can happen. I mean, life is so much full of challenges and you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. So if you have something to do now, just do it now. Go straight to the point. Get it done. Don't say tomorrow I'm going to do it. So thanks for joining us for the motivational quote segment. Hope you've been inspired this morning, and don't forget to share your comments on our social media. Let's get interactive and connect as well. Thanks for joining us, and do have a blessed day.
Wow, thank you so much, Evelyn. That was very, very inspiring to hear. And I'm sure each and every one of you watching has also been inspired today. So if there's anything on your mind to do it now. Don't wait, for time waits for no man. Up next, we have the online and newspaper review. But before that, let us enjoy one inspiring song. Before then we will have our online and newspaper review with 2 of my co-hosts. You're welcome back to the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. If you're just tuning in, this is the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, and you can join the conversation on our YouTube and Facebook live stream. Now, it is time for our online and newspaper print review with 2 of my co-hosts in the persons of Miriam Abnadidi and Clement Yaban Kwe. So let's get interactive. Hello.
Hello, Yaya.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Yaya.
Thank you so much for joining us here. And you're in grade 8. We're 20.
We're in the spirit.
Yeah. So yes, my online news trend setters. What is going on today?
Oh, okay. So, so for today, in some few hours, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, is set to read the mid-year budget in Parliament, and that is according to the Public Financial Management Act 2016. And this budget basically is to give updates on the implementation of the 2024 budget and also give some insight into economic and fiscal, performances since the inception of this year. So that is what we are expecting to happen today. And there have been, a few expectations from Ghanaians concerning this review. And one that a lot of people are talking about is the exemption or removal of some taxes, some of the new taxes that were introduced in the year. They are hoping that the taxes will be taken out, from the budget, and also they are also admonishing the government, the incumbent government, as we are heading towards elections, they should stick to their limited spendings they promised they were going to do. And others also raised concerns that yes, the government has made commitment to some people that they are set to settle them, especially the nurses and midwives that were promised by vice presidents, who happens to be the presidential candidates for the New Patriotic Party. So they are saying they should suppress the spending
on elections.
So basically, these are some of the expectations Ghanaians brought up with regards to the budget review.
Okay. I think also, the MEPE people in the Volta region concerning the Akosombo Dam spillage too. I think there are some people that still need to be compensated even till now, and for the loss of their property and things like that. So I'm hoping that is also factored in the budget for this year, as well as the salary structure restructuring thing that caused a bit of problems for us here in the civil service. Okay, so Mr. Clement, what do you also have for us?
I would touch on what Miriam said, budget review. I think we've talked about it for a while, and the business update is following such story, and we will bring our viewers the details of the budget review on Thursday. We will have experts to speak into the matter for viewers to understand down to earth. Okay. So that's what the business update segment will be doing on Cocoa Digest coming Thursday. Okay. So viewers should expect more about that. Okay. We wouldn't like to touch more into it because, as she said, a lot is being expected from the budget. Yeah. So we are just relaxing, hoping to see what they'll bring. Okay. So based on what they'll bring, then you see the calculations will now start, the analysis will now start. We will try and employ what the strategy we use in Ghana Black Stars. When we get to group stage, the calculations and stuff. So we'll be using that one too as well. So, but away from the budget review, another trending story is the fact that yesterday, I'm in Parliament. I think a member of Parliament for Sishui also in the Western North, I made a comment, and the Speaker of Parliament sees it to be rude. So he asked the marshals to walk him out. And that has been something people have been talking about over the night. Oh, wow. Yes, over the night. And it's alarming because a place where rules are governed, I think we should go by the rules. Yes. So any institution where there is a laid-down procedure, no matter who you are, when you break such, you need to adhere to such the punishments. And I took time to follow the story. I wanted to know the exact thing the Member of Parliament said and what resulted in all this. So when you follow the story, you could see the Speaker of Parliament was actually addressing the House. And precisely I think the appointment committee regarding to the two new justices nominated by the president to succeed the retired justice, that is, the retired judges. So the Speaker of Parliament was telling the House that in every decision you are going to do, use the new standing order in making your decision, because the president has done what the Constitution requires him to do. So you, the appointment committee, to use the standing orders to either approve them or disapprove them. So in such submission, that is when the Speaker of Parliament heard it, that the Member of Parliament, that is Dr. I think I want to get the name right. He's Dr. Frank. Is it Dr. Let me get the name right. So the member of parliament for Sitri also, that is in the person of Dr. Kweku.
Yeah, I wanted to even say whilst you're at that,
Okay,
we
sure.
can also be talking about it because it is high time we give respect to who respect is due. Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I was very happy when the speaker did that. It is going to serve as a deterrent to the other parliamentarians, even though they are old.
Considering the fact that these are lawmakers and these are probably people well versed in the codes of ethics.
Yeah.
And then you speak to somebody who is basically your leader in that manner, what message does it send to your peers and even to the Ghanaians that you represent, and then the younger ones that look up to you as well? What message does that send? Because if you are speaking that way to your Speaker of Parliament, if your child speaks to you that way at home, it will not rub off
and
well.
Even he was saying that he is speaking, representing his
constituency. So
and then the speaker was also like, no, I also represent the entire
whole country.
So you get it. Assuming someone from your constituency disrespects you this way, are you going to be happy about it?
And even that, saying you are speaking on behalf of the are you then saying that the whole constituency is disrespecting the Speaker of Parliament? Someone esteemed, you know, even the titles, Right Honorable. You like to get to that level in life. It's not child's play.
Yes, but so yeah, the question is, what did he actually say?
Okay, so
that is another thing we should look at. So this is what Dr. Kweku said.
Okay.
He said, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect to your chair, this preliminary remarks you are making are prejudicial, and I believe that as representing the good people of Sitri also, it does not lie in you, that speaker.
Okay.
It does not lie in your mouth to remind us of the things that we should do.
I think that the phrase, it does not lie in your mouth.
In your mouth.
I mean,
because
that
there are so many
alone.
ways you can communicate the same thing.
Yeah.
You can be rude and still go about it in polite ways that would not come off as an offensive, you know, statement or something like that.
That's true.
So it's just how you say that. You can communicate the same thing in a way that he would even smile at you and not find it offensive. So,
but you see, I was so happy when the majority chief whip, Dr. Frank Anodombre, immediately after that, he's rise to apologize on behalf of the whole caucus and also his colleague for doing that. That's a very good thing he did. That's a good thing he did, and go. Yes, he did very well.
I'm glad at least, you know, some of our leaders are standing up to behave in the appropriate ways so that we can also emulate such.
Yes.
You know.
But another trendy news is the fact that Joe Biden, the president of the United States of America, he said he's not going to run the presidential race again. Due to some health condition and the fact that he's old. So he's stepping down for other people to contest. And he has even endorsed, I think, Kamala Harris. Yes, so he has endorsed such person for the contest. But you see, the point is, let's link this issue to African leaders. Will it be a situation where an African leader would say that, my be a year? Nti me itna ho na omo di mechi so abetoa so. You see, we are in this country some years ago where a lot of people raise concern about some people. They think that they should step down from office due to they are not able to perform well, and sometimes even health condition was even as a point of factor that they raised such issues. But yes, still, they were still occupying the position. They still, but you see, I think we adopted democracy from US, those
from the
foreign
Western countries.
Yes, so we should also
be
adopt
able
this.
to, because
we are hoping to see a leader one day who will say, I won't go again. He just went, I think, 3.5 years, getting to his 4th year. And he has come to understand that he has contributed his part to the growth of America. So let me step down.
But your issue, you know, concerning leaders who do not want to vacate their heat and other things. Like, it is very prevalent in Africa.
Yes.
And it's really affecting us.
Very,
Because sometimes
very.
I feel, when you are growing, the mind,
Yes.
you're not able to really think well and
Yes,
take
it's
up.
even part of the reasons for the age of retirement.
Yes.
And if as a civil servant or as a lay person, by the age of 60, you are mandated or sort of required to take it easy, why then do we have leaders 60 and above?
Presidents,
Because
for that matter.
Yeah, use
we
the
are
word
even
president.
we are even told that sometimes the mental faculty starts to become a little questionable and things like that. And we have grandparents who are old, or even parents, and we know how they are struggling.
Yeah.
So imagine leaders at this age. So Biden stepping down should be a sort of beacon to our leaders that look, it's
Yes.
enough.
Yes,
We get
enough
it.
is enough.
You are wise. You can still, control things from behind
Yeah.
the scenes, play an advisory role or something, but you don't need to take the forefront where you go for, important meetings and be dozing,
No, is it
falling asleep,
Yeah, I think some of one African president, on his way to one occasion, unfortunately for him, he slipped
And then he fell, yeah.
fell, So
see,
even their
so-
bodies are starting to.
Yes. So the fact is that just sit back. I feel sit back. Watch the young ones. You see, we have young ones who can do the
Yes,
thing.
Yeah.
I
But you
think
see,
it's because
the
of the
fear
money
is money.
and the power. Yes,
The
it's actually
power.
the power,
It's the
the
power.
I think-
control of
You
power.
see,
Yes.
one of my mamas said that there's a quote that says that power corrupt
Yes.
and absolute power corrupt.
Yes.
But she used a way that it is not power that corrupts, but rather the fear of losing the power.
Losing the
Yeah.
power.
That
That's
corrupts
true.
one. Because if one fears that, hey, I'm not going to be the vice president again, I'm not going to be the president again,
Yes.
Naira, any dubious means the person will use.
Yeah.
The person will use to get it again. If one feels that I'm not going to be the member of parliament again, coming election,
Yeah.
he'll use any
Start,
dubious
yes, they will,
means.
because they know the benefits that these positions
So the
hold.
fear
Yes.
of losing the power is what makes them corrupt.
Yeah,
If not
that's
for the
true.
fear, they will sit on it and enjoy.
So let me read a few comments. So we have, hooray, hooray, hooray. Thank God you guys are back again. Oh. Have you heard the trending news? Greetings from Obiba Wilson. Greetings to you too, Obiba Wilson. And we also have a comment. Good morning, Clog TV. I am Charles, watching you from Dubai. I'm enjoying your show. Keep it up. Bevlin, hi, and good morning to Cocoa Digest. So that was for the motivational quotes. The text didn't come in early. Then we have someone waving at Bevlin, that's safe as Dosu. And then Rose Entertainment says, good morning, Clog TV. I am Charles, watching from Dubai, and I'm enjoying your show. Keep it up. Thank you for your comments. Please keep sending them into our WhatsApp numbers or onto our Facebook and YouTube live streams. So yes, I also saw, on the Guinness World Record issue, I think I saw something about somewhere in Nigeria that someone has broken the record for being the longest to be dancing, the twerk dancing where they shake their behinds. And it was for about 3 hours or so.
3 hours.
Yes. So that person has been dancing, shaking his spine all the way to his behind for 3 hours and has, broken the record for being the longest. And someone actually asked if Guinness World Records knows of it. And I saw that the account came to quote that, yes, they have the golden check mark. So, and it has me wondering, the same way Hilda Bassi started the cookathon and then it was like wildfire.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing cookathon. I'm afraid this twerking thing might, because, it's dancing, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people do enjoy dancing. So someone might think that they can break the record. The next we'll get 4 hours. By the time we realize we're getting 3 days worth of dancing from somebody. We also have one more comment here. It says, I'm James, watching from West Hills Mall. Yaira, you're looking good today. Well, thank you. Okay, so do we have any other trending news?
I think for now that's
So
all.
the trending news is I want to thank God. I thank God for
Okay.
today. for adding another year to my year. And I want to say thanks to God and the entire team for Clock TV.
Wow. Happy birthday,
Are we
Clement.
having an after party, something?
Yes, I think my producer, she did hers over the weekend, so the package is still there.
More
Yes,
talk
yes,
to us
to us
more.
also, sir.
I see. Happy birthday again to you.
Thank you.
We will pond you. Okay, so let's get into the newspapers quickly.
Okay.
So, Mimi, what do you have for us?
Okay, so I have today's paper, which is Daily Graphic.
Okay.
And we have a lot of stories making headlines. So I'll read a few and then we'll narrow it down to our story for today. So Arab Africa Financial Consortium will ensure rapid development. President Akufo-Addo, and that is on page 16. Posts 710 million Ghana cedis profit in 3 years. And we have, I won't disrespect Yagbonwura, my overlord. Yagbonwura, my overlord. And this is by Samuel Jinapo. And you know, he's been trending also concerning him being banned from coming to the Gunja land, you know, and other related stories. So we also have taxed man hunts for evaders. Ministry GRA in massive taxpayer data clean up. And that is our story for today. And this is by Emmanuel Boni. So let me read a portion of it.
Okay.
So the Ministry of Finance is working with the Ghana Revenue Authority to clean up data on taxpayers to ensure that more people are roped into the tax net. Data indicates that while there are 7.4 million eligible taxpayers, just around 1.91 million are active, while about 5.4 million are inactive taxpayers and the rest are dormant. The Deputy Minister of Finance, Dr. Alice Ampabin, who disclosed this in Accra yesterday, explained that the challenge had been identifying taxpayers and location of businesses, among others. He was speaking at the launch of the 8th Ghana Economic Update put together by the World Bank. Now, Dr. Ampabin said, with a cleanup, accurate data on taxpayers could be assessed and digitalization of addresses could help link their details to the Ghana card. He also said there has always been concerns about few and the same persons being chased by the GRA to pay taxes without expanding the tax net. Now, also on the mid-year budget, providing updates on the mid-year budget to be presented to Parliament today, Dr. Ampabin reiterated assurances by the Ministry of Finance that it would not introduce new taxes as well. Rather, he said the budget would be about supporting businesses. And also with the revenue mobilization, high and sustainable revenue mobilization, he said, facilitated better management of public finances and ensured that adequate investments were made in crucial infrastructural projects. So this is what the Ministry of Finance and GRA are set to do.
Yeah.
They want to have a cleanup exercise, data cleanup, where they are going to, you know, get all those people who have refused or tax evaders, who do not want to pay taxes.
So,
I think it's
businessman, about this, the thing about the TIN number that was created, how is it related to something like this? Because I think they created the TIN numbers for us to be able to easily access, you know, these kinds of services. So if they are doing the cleanup, some people have TIN numbers or maybe they don't have Ghana cards. How is it going to work?
So I think now the TIN number, as you said, has been replaced by the Ghana card.
Yes.
And I think the Ghana Identification Authority, they are working very hard for every individual to get a Ghana card.
Okay.
And when that is done, you can't escape. And one thing is, the GRA also is trying to introduce the domestic tax to get the informal sector. And with that, today we will talk about it on the business of this segment.
Okay.
Yes, that is why I didn't want to go into that.
All right,
Yeah.
let me read a few comments coming in. So this one says, hello, good morning. I'm Enoch from Takoradi. I'm enjoying your show. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you all the way from Takoradi. Then someone says, happy birthday, Clement from D&J Ventures. Hey, you have fun. So. Now, another person also says, wow, happy birthday to you, Clement. May God protect you. More bless from Joe from Oman, Joe. Thank you so much, Joe. And then we also have, good morning, Clock TV. I am Moses, watching you from Achimota. I am enjoying your show. Thank you, Moses. Please keep your comments coming in. Send in your suggestions, your wishes to our WhatsApp numbers and our Facebook and live stream, so we read them aloud for you. Okay, another person also says, happy birthday, Clement from Mawina. Hey, Clement, is that something you're not telling us?
Is it?
Is that something you're not telling
No,
us?
there was one person in my office,
Okay.
32, office
Okay.
number 32,
Okay.
Clocksack building.
Okay.
And her other name is Mawena.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
I
yes.
see. Your
Clement, are you
explanations.
sure? Are we not all in the same building?
Oh, office number 32. I don't know office number 32.
We'll find her, don't worry.
Yes, search for her.
Okay. So, yes, Mr. Businessman, what business
So-
news do you have for us?
So this is a graphic business. And when you go to page 14 of the graphic business,
Yes.
it says that let's be intentional about SME financing.
Okay.
Finance Minister. So let's be intentional about SME finance, and that's the Finance Minister speaking. So he's speaking in reference to the SME program launch, where the president was also
Okay.
there. So he said the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, has said the country must be intentional about providing access to financial resources, expertise, and capacity building programs that empower small and medium enterprises to drive innovations, create jobs, and stimulate economic growth. He said available data indicates that SMEs were the lifeblood of the economy. So his concern is that we should pay attention to the small and medium scale,
Yeah.
because they are the backbone. And you see, when they use the word lifeblood, moving forward, when I was in the university, I used to say that accounting is the life, is the blood of this economy or any industry, because any industry need an accountant. And if the accountant fails to perform to the task,
Yeah.
you know what will happen. Yes. So, and I was thinking that, why is it so? When you go to the paragraph 5, he says that in Ghana, 92% of the registered business are SMEs. 92% of them. While 85% of manufacturing jobs are created by SMEs. The sector also contributes about 70% to the country's GDP. So it means that the SME contributes a lot to our economy as a country. So they need to be looked at very well. But you see, SMEs, they're having issues with lending. That's going in for loans from the commercial banks,
Yes.
because some go for the loan and they are unable to pay.
Yes.
So due to that, they find it difficult in getting access to loans. But the finance minister addressed this thing. He said that this program is not only to bring them money, but also to build capacity in them on how to repay these loans when they go for it. Because you go for the money, but you can't sustain it. Many of our mothers, they join a lot of groups. They go for the loan, and when it's about a month to the deadline, I say, you get the issue. But he said that, he said something here I was so much interested. So he said, additionally, we recognize that financial support alone is insufficient, which is why the program includes comprehensive capacity building programs to upskill both beneficiaries and the wider business landscape. And he said, this was particularly important because it seeks to address the risk of lending to SMEs by commercial banks who continue to worry about low loan recoveries. Yes. So this is the issue about the SMEs.
But Clement, Okay, so I saw a story online
Okay.
which said that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo supported these SMEs with 8.1 billion Ghana cedis, to help them in their capacity building and other things. So what then happens to that money? Or we still need to be very intentional about funding, because, I mean, 8.1 billion Ghana cedis is a lot of money.
Yes, so the finance minister made all this comments during such program.
Oh, okay.
And that's 8.1 billion Ghana cedis. It's a money that the finance ministry and the GRA in their own way were able to put together as a cushion for the SMEs. Yes. So the finance minister is just telling the SMEs that this is what the government has set aside for you. And aside that, we are also making sure we build capacities in you, so that when you take this money, you'll be able to work with it and get how should I put it? Is it the returns back? Because sometimes when you go for loan, and after you paying the loan, you realize that you are zero.
Back to zero.
Back to
I was
zero.
even going to ask that, based on the kinds of things we see going on in this economy, that causes the SMEs to actually not be able to pay back their loans. Things like these small scale and small and medium scale enterprises, right? Where they start a business or their business is going on, and then these prices go so high, and then the profit and loss, demand and supply things. So now at the end of the day, a lot of them, even when they register, the little I know, they end up registering their businesses as limited liabilities because they are likely to fail. And then also because of the prices and things going on, even like the transport fares that they had been increased just the beginning of this month, and they were almost increased again. So something like this for businesses, where if they don't increase your prices or fail, and then also if you increase your prices, patronage becomes low. Isn't it just a vicious cycle? Because after falling on the cushion, you come back, you try again, you have to go back to that cushion, because there is hardly any return on interest for you.
So Yaira, the issue is we are hoping that this program, this program launched by the government and also the finance ministry would put all these things in place. As I was so much interested in the aspect of capacity building, because when you're able to build capacity in the person will be able to use the money efficiently. You will know how to go about it. When the prices are high, how do I, as a businessman, how do I maneuver my way through it so you don't run at a loss? So I think all these things is part of the program. So we believe that the implementation of this program would bring a lot of good results. And my major concern is it shouldn't be selective.
It should cover everybody.
It shouldn't be selective.
Yes, that's true.
Especially people who have the perception that we're an election year. So sorry to say, it's one of their flashy programs, just to get people into the net, just to vote for them. But we hope that this time around it's not going to be a flashy program, but it's come to stay, and we are going to benefit from it.
We really do hope so. But then also, if this program is being introduced, there's hope for the people. And then also, taxes are increasing. More taxes are being added. Then the ones that are already there are also increasing by percentage. How? I would really want to know, because
the issue is, it has to start from the top, right? Because these are people below. We are all average Ghanaians. So if leaders of the country are fixing the issues up there, I think it is going to, go a long way to help we that are below, right?
Yes, but the issue is, till when will the issues up there be fixed? And as you said, when the taxes are being imposed on this,
more taxes,
at the end of the day, it's with the consumers. We are going to suffer, because there's no businessman you will see that cost has increased by 20 cedis, and he will be like, no, I'll not add it to the cost of the item. He'll never do that. I don't know. I think we have a story on the concerned drivers who wanted to increase price. So you could see the issue.
And even I saw something on social media about Nigeria's pretty wealthy men up there. I think Dangote and Adeleke. Something about Dangote not being interested in investing in the steel industry. And the comments were all linked to the fact that the economy is so bad, it is touching the elite in society, So if the people at the top there, the wealthy people controlling things, are even complaining, what about me?
But you see,
So as the expectations came, with regards to the
Yes.
budget review, let's hope that some of the taxes, will be taken out.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we
Sure.
can all live happily in this country.
Yes,
Okay,
we are really.
Let me take a few more comments. So we have Good Morning Clog TV. My name is Suraya, watching from Tamale. You guys look decent and calm. Keep it up. I am enjoying your show. Thank you, Suraya. And then we also have, yes, I love how Mimi is presenting from Maletina. Thank you, Maletina. Then we have happiest birthday, Clement. May God bless you from Pascaline Van de Cake. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Today is for Clement too.
Keep on the good work. Kudos from Pascaline Van de Cake.
So
Thank
Pascaline
you.
Van Dijk.
Hey, it's Van de Cake here. Okay, so I hear your name is Van Dyke, but maybe you like some flexing, so I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrongly. And then I think, yes, that's all for now. So I also have here the story we were talking about yesterday. Yes. So for the online news, the first one says, take action against the Ghana Paralympic Team, Amputee Football Association. So Mohamed Harmiz Huzair, the General Secretary of the Ghana Amputee Football Association, was outraged when a group calling itself the Ghana Paralympic Team absconded in Oslo, Norway. They had even used the association's letterhead to deceive the authorities. The real Ghanaian Paralympic team had been scheduled to compete in the Fjordkraft Bergen Marathon, but they never showed up. One of the imposters, Nana Ainchi, was caught trying to flee Sweden. Hammers knew this was the case of blatant fraud, and he vowed that the appropriate authorities would investigate the matter thoroughly. The president of the National Paralympic Committee, Samson Dean, denied any involvement with the fake team as the investigation unfolded, and it became clear that the imposters were not Paralympic athletes at all, but rather opportunists seeking to exploit Ghana's sports legacy. Hamas promised that the culprits would face full rigor of the law, and while the saga of the Ghana Paralympic team came crashing to a halt, the real Ghanaian athletes continued to train undeterred, their sights set upon the upcoming games in Paris.
So you see, with the story yesterday, a media house was broadcasting it, and then my mom was like, so with what these people have done, are we sure that we are going to be granted visas if we want to travel out?
Right.
And I was like, this is a very big issue because even on X, which is formerly Twitter,
Yes.
the consul of Ghana to Italy tweeted and said he was not happy about the act. And he said it embarrasses the nation and,
Yes.
penalizes all those who genuinely want to get visas. So if, this person is a foreign, is from a foreign country, and he's even saying he's not happy with the act, then it really, paints that kind of picture in their mindsets.
Yes.
About Ghanaians. But looking at the other aspects of issues relating to disabled people in this country, truth be told, the treatment
Is
given to these people is always like, okay, we've done other important things, so let's just turn our attention to. They are not always prioritized in the country. Where in this country, where 2023, the Ghana amputee players, sent their plea over their unpaid bonuses when they went for there's this competition, I've forgotten the name, but that was why they were crying. They needed their bonuses, which were being delayed by the government. So I think the lack of support from the government has also affected, these people and has motivated them. And also, before one will travel out, then maybe someone out there had told them how the living conditions are over there. Because reading, understanding how these Schengen states treat disabled people, you see that there are anti-discrimination laws that protect them. So even before legal issues will be, attached to them, they'll be treated well. They'll be taken good care of. They'll be given emergency health care services and other things. So I think it's due to the hardship that they are going through in the country. Even we, the able people, can testify how much more the disabled.
Yeah, that's true. Even yesterday on my way home, in the taxi I was sitting in, there was a conversation between the driver and the passenger where they were talking about motorbikes, riding motorbikes, and how one of the hospitals here in Ghana, the least thing they would amputate any of your limbs, right? So he was saying, even with the 2 legs, abraboni husu. And then, so it gives you a little bit of insight to what the disabled people are going through here in the country. And now they have a chance to compete on the international front, and then some people just come and usurp that opportunity and then give Ghana a bad name, as well as the Amputee Association. It is so bad. It's so sad.
So, Yara, this issue, it's very sad.
Yes.
One, and I like the ending remarks both of you made. Ya cry ya nai ya some no cry no. Abrabo Ghana cry again. So life is very difficult in Ghana. So the question is, if they get that opportunity, Yaira, be frank, do you think they'll come back?
They won't.
They won't. Because
the amputees?
Yes.
Oh, I think that just like our football teams, where sometimes they are recruited by international teams, you play for Man U, play for Barca and the rest. If they get recruited there, I mean, it works as FDI for
yes,
us.
I understand. I'm not looking at the point of recruitment.
Okay.
Ghana, Abrabona getting. So if they get opportunity to travel to Norway, they won't come
and
back.
I'm saying the treatment over there is far better than here.
That is the point. That is
the actual amputees are still here.
But so those
people, yes, they were imposters actually.
So yeah, let's come back to Ghana and how, as Mimi said, how they are being treated.
It's not,
how they
it's
are
not
being
that
treated.
we are laughing or making fun. It's just that okay.
So like how they are being treated.
Yeah.
Is it over the years when these people were the one handling the toll booths, and I think then Minister of Roads, one day made an announcement that no more toll booth collection in the country. So these people were not working.
Yes.
Living became very difficult for them. I think early this year or last year, I was with one of our colleagues. We made a report on this story at Ministry of Roads.
Yeah.
They were there demonstrating.
Yes.
Why? Because for the past 2 years, the government promised them of what they will give them. As at now, they've not given them. These people can't work as we do.
Yeah.
So how do they live? But at the end of the day, they are being promised of a lot of things. But when the D-Day comes, you don't give it to them.
It's true.
And this issue, I was speaking with our sports producer yesterday, and we were like, this issue will affect us US World Cup because it will make visa very, very difficult. They will be like Ghanaians, Charlie. Now, bubuwa for krakoy amamba. And sorry to say, disabled people kramokoy amamba. Na iya na miuno. We will run.
And even on that visa front, there are certain countries, I don't want to mention any, but we know that country, very, very popular on a lot of lists of countries that have been banned, even for academics, that if you are from this country, you cannot access education from there because of the kinds of activities that people go into these Western countries and go and engage in, and then give the country a very bad name, hindering opportunities for other innocent and, well-meaning people.
Aside everything, that's my biggest fear because I mean, we are painting the country black,
and we are
really
getting close to that
you.
other country too. We are like 5 and 6, So if they keep, it's almost like once they go ahead in something bad, Ghana is just right behind. Bad behavior everywhere.
The issue is because, Yaira, frankly speaking, things are not going on well in the country.
But it does not justify
it does not justify the inclusion that they should do that.
Yes.
But, Yaira, if I had that opportunity.
Clement.
You're
alive.
I'm live.
It's your birthday. Don't do this.
I'm live.
No. we really hope that at least the government or our authorities, even the disability access. There are so many institutions that don't have the ramp for people with wheelchairs and things like that. We should really take them up because they are also, citizens of the country.
They vote.
Yes, they actually vote.
Yeah.
And if they are voting and you are not doing anything for them, what message are you giving to them? And then also the sporting activities. I mean, in general, Ghana does not seem to really take up sports aside football, but there are so many other sporting activities
And
that
even
can be
with
boosted.
the games I was talking about that they participated, they won. They won, a few trophies, and I mean, these were all things
And
to motivate
all these
government.
wins, if the Paralympic team is able to go to Norway and then they win whatever competition they go and engage in there, that is going to bring something to Ghana.
It's a glory.
And if it's even a cash prize, that can be put into some kind of investment for the team, and then it can trickle down to the other disabled people as well.
So
I
let's believe.
also think, I don't know, but I think that their leaders, the leaders of these disabled associations, should be people who are also disabled, so they can feel the pain.
The pain they
I
go
even
through.
think
people.
we should have these kinds of disabled people, even in our government, in key areas of our society, in key areas in our institutions, so that they can make very, very good contributions because they are representing that faction of society.
That's true.
Because if we have someone who is in a wheelchair in Parliament, there will be a ramp for that person to be able to, so that others know. Even though, of course, they do have those there, but I'm just trying to make the point that once you have a representative there and the person is able to give you the on-ground feelings and grievances that they have, it brings it home. It really brings it home.
It does. It does. Let's believe that the government will take the necessary action.
Yes, and then also the culprits would also be apprehended in Norway if they haven't traveled to other countries yet. But I don't think they'll make it far. If it was Ghana, they would have,
Where can they run to?
I think one was moving from Norway to Sweden.
Yes, and he was caught.
And he was
so
caught.
hopefully the rest would be
Also,
caught
actually,
too.
they were not moving together.
Oh, no,
when
no,
they
no,
got
no,
there.
No.
Everybody has their plans. Okay, moving on. We have Drivers Association halts proposed increase in transport fares. And so it says a scheduled 15% increase in transportation fees that was scheduled to go into effect on Monday, July 22, 2024, has been postponed by the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana. The Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana announced a 15% increase in transport fares, citing the escalating cost of fuel and other necessary supplies like spare parts for the transportation industry. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, however, advised travelers to ignore the notification. And in an interview with City Business News, David Agbuado, the public relations officer of the Concerned Drivers Association, noted that the timing of the increase will exacerbate the public's problems, making the suspension necessary. Oh, thank you so much. We are so grateful. Because transport fares were increased just this month, right?
Yes,
or
March
last
7th.
month.
March
It was
7th.
rather March.
Yes.
It feels rather recent, more recent
March
than.
7th.
So in about 3 months,
Yes.
another fare increase.
I'm just happy. And
Salaries
thankful.
haven't been increased though.
You see, there are reason why they wanted to increase because of the increase in fuel.
Yes.
Well, exactly.
Yes, because now a liter of fuel, when you go to other filling stations, you have 15.29 per liter of fuel. Where when you multiply it by 4.5, you are getting almost 60 cedis as a gallon of fuel.
Okay.
So that was the concern they raised, increase fuel, the transport fare.
As I said, I'm happy that the union also, had we the passengers in mind and thought about how we feel, because I mean, it is too early. There are a lot of things happening in the country at the moment, and
We haven't even adjusted to it.
increment is really going to affect a lot of people. And so I'm happy that they came out to say that, because yesterday when I was coming to work, I almost had a banter with the mate because he was saying I should pay a particular amount because the fares have been increased, and I said no, I can't, because I haven't heard anything. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
So-
And when the fares increase, food and other commodities will increase.
Exactly.
Then it will also affect the drivers themselves. Because now, as much as they are taking more money from us, they're also going to be spending more money on food. So we are just dancing in this really terrible cycle.
So, yeah, I think the drivers, their concern is just because, one, spare parts has gone up.
Yes.
Exchange rates are still high. So which is going to affect so many things that they do. And no business person would like to run at a loss. That is why they were so much concerned that they wanted to increase the price. But GPRTU, PRO came out to say that we should all ignore it, because in increments of prices of transport, there should be a consensus. They should you go sit down with the transport ministry and other unions before we do that. But the Association of Transports, that is the Transport Association, they just came out to announce that. So they saw that it is not in the right way. That is why GPRTO said that we should ignore it. But in other side, as you said, it affects everything in the country. But one of the issues is other leaders or other people in governance or in a country, they are not really affected by what an ordinary Ghanaian faces. Because when they increase the price of the fare, or they increase transport fare, they are not affected. When they increase fuel, they are not affected, because they enjoy fuel from the government. They use coupons and they use other our privileges. So they don't feel what we feel as ordinary Ghanaian. So I think that moving forward, they should also have the same feel as we feel, so that when concerns are being raised, they will get to understand us. They will get to speak on our behalf in Parliament. As the Honourable Member said, he's representing a particular group of people. So if then let the voices of the people be represented over there. So my concern is, one, we thank the GPRTU for, as Mimi said, for saving us from this kind of, because there are some people are earning as low as 1,000 cedis a month. And 1,000 cedis a month. And assuming the person stays at Kaswa coming to work, a day the person spends about 20 cedis in and out. A month the person is spending about 600 cedis on transport alone. What about what the person is going to eat? Paying utility bills and other things.
Even tithing.
Yes. So at the end of the day, you see the person working all right, but there's nothing to show
for it. That's true.
There's nothing to show. So the government, as the OPEC said some time ago, that they believe that the 22% on petroleum products, the taxes on petroleum products, should be taken off, so that petroleum prices will come down. When petroleum prices comes down, everything
prices
the country
will not come down though.
Oh,
you know Ghanaians. So they will remain the same. The value would now increase a little, but people will not revert their prices.
I think
they won't.
And you know, one funny thing is when they price a product at a particular price and then there is an increment, that old particular product is being increased, like the price is being increased, even though it hasn't, the person hasn't gone to get
new stock.
You get
they do that. So you see that everybody is trying to use different ways and means to
we are all not helping each other in this country.
You know,
we are all not helping each other.
That's true.
Okay,
that's true.
Let me take some comments here. So Obiba says, every time Clement celebrates his birthday, something happens. Yaira and Mimi, you should watch your back.
Hey, Clement.
We also have, please. So this says, okay, so Enoch from Takoradi says again, please allow Clement to say it. Life is hard here in Ghana. No wonder the amputee didn't return. Thank you so much for your comments. But it is not a laughing matter. This is a very serious issue and we should not make jest of it. So yes, the last story here says, Mepe community anxious over upcoming Akosombo Dam release. So the air in Mepe was thick with tension as the news spread that the Akosombo Dam was about to spill once more. Togbe Koshi Nego IV, the Manklalu of the Manklalu of the Mepe traditional area, felt the anxiety growing among his people. Just a year ago, they endured the impact, and now they are bracing themselves for the unknown. Togbe Koshi Nego IV recalled his previous calls for action committees to investigate and plan, but his pleas have fallen on deaf ears, leaving the community feeling forgotten and vulnerable. We've been hoping the Interministerial Committee would come and listen to our challenges, he said, with frustration in his voice, but they haven't. As the floodgates neared opening, the tension mounted. Families huddled, wondering if their homes would be spared. The elders, withered and weary, remembered past floods and their toll, yet a glimmer of hope remained. The VRA promised a minimal spillage, but the people of Mepe had heard such promises before. Togbe Koshi Nego IV stood tall, unwavering, and he would rally his people as he had done before to face the challenge head-on. Their safety and well-being were his concern, and he would not rest until their voices were heard.
This issue, when the spillage happened in September, I was like, there's a lot of donation coming to these people. My concern is, what happened next after a month? They were receiving a lot of items from a lot of people. But the issue is, after a month, will these donations still, will it be coming? This is the issue we have now. I was listening to the Honorable Member of Parliament for Northstone, Honorable Samuel Kudeta Blakwa. And he said that when you go to Mape community right now, some people are still living under tents. But the government promised that they are going to resettle such people. But till now, they are not resettled. And since they are not resettled, there is another spillage. And according to his checks, he said it will take, by August, that spillage is going to take effect. So if it does, where would they be again? So I think that's the reason why the chief is worried. Because and another one too is coming. So what did government really put in place? One issue has happened. What was the outcome? What did you put in place to solve it? So by now, Ghanaians should know, the people of Mepe community should know that, oh, because of what happened last year, this is the measures put in place. And you can see the chief said that the committee has not met them to know what is really happening. And the thing is about to occur. So I think, one, the Interministerial Committee need to step up, the government need to step up, and VRA need to step up their games.
But you know, I also have a question. Somebody came and said something about creating a water channel all the way to Kumasi. So is there a possibility of creating something like that where the dam spillage could be directed towards the sea and then, you know, so redirected from the community, handled, coordinated that way so that it drains and then it's gone into the sea without affecting them? I mean, the technical people can educate us.
Yes, I think it can. But you see, where, I don't know, last year I was there. So where the water spillage happened, I think it's already river parts. So when they open the dams, that is where it passes. But because the amount of water coming is so much than what usually the river can, the size can contain, so it floods the community. But unless VRA comes to tell us that there is a different way to do all this, but if there's no different way, I think
there should be.
So with last year's own, VRA did not anticipate that, you know, the damage. And so about 5,200 households, you know, were destroyed in 19 districts. And I think Mepe is a district on its own right.
No, it's within.
It's within. But VRA also secured new resettlement sites at Mepe for people living in that area.
Yeah.
So my question is, what happens to the others?
Okay.
That's
So
the
I'm also
question.
getting an opposing view that apparently the VRA actually tried to do something of the sort, a drainage system, but the people did not allow it.
Yeah.
And so it seems that there are many sides to this whole
They
issue.
didn't allow it because they didn't understand. Communication.
So
Because
then now
if
they
you
should try it again.
So that is why the chief is
Chief
calling.
is calling that as at now engagement has not started.
Yeah.
But you
Come and
see,
tell us how you are going to go about it. Where
And shouldn't
areas
that
are
have
going
even
to-
started earlier so that
Because
by
we are in
now,
July.
yes.
So according
August
to
August is just
about a
weeks.
week or and a
Yes.
half away.
yes, according to Toby Komla, the fifth of Dufie of Bape, this the
Even-
Ewe word.
Even I am a little
So
shaky.
okay, so he is saying that when it comes to his community, people who were affected are still not compensated.
compensated. Yeah.
They are still not compensated. And now you say they are coming to do another spillage. According to him, they had a meeting with VRA. That is on the 10th of July. They had a meeting with VRA. And VRA only talked about the spillage, the new one coming. But he never talked about the resettlement. So his concern is that what happened to last year people were affected?
Yeah.
What measures did you put in place for such people?
Yeah.
So all these are concerns that we need to talk about, and it needs to be addressed before they start the new one.
So my advice to these people is, please, at least they've come out to say they are going to embark on another spillage. So if you know that where you are currently is, a waterway or is likely to be flooded.
That
just-
waterway thing is also a big issue on its own.
Yeah.
People building just
And
anywhere.
it's happening in Accra.
Oh. But you just
So
let's
yes,
finish.
if you know you are living in a waterway or a place that is likely to be flooded, just advise yourself, get somewhere, and then before it's too late. Because the other time it was just houses and properties
Yeah.
that
It could
this
be
time
lives.
around is going to be your life.
It's real life.
Then we should also encourage people, if it's friends, loved ones, who can accommodate them
those-
for the meantime so that they can relocate.
There are
Because
lots of people having
Yes.
buildings around, and there are no humans.
yeah,
living in
there are
it.
no people in it. Because if we are waiting for the government and the government is not doing anything, what about you?
Madam Era, how long would one accommodate you?
That is also another issue. But then also, for the meantime, let's just be a little myopic here. Would you rather die? Would you rather lose everything than to just save yourself for a little while and then also, because they said the future will deal with itself, isn't it? So if today you've relocated, you have your peace of mind, you've been able to gather whatever it is you can gather to help yourself out, whoever you are with, you could be with a good Samaritan that can help you out with something, a small job, or even rent out a room for you.
I like the word good Samaritan. Yes, but sometimes you don't get that.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That notwithstanding, but then also, so we are encouraging Ghanaians. If you can accommodate some of the people, please do. These are our brothers and sisters in a community that seems to be going to be affected by this dam spillage, and they're also human beings just like us, and I'm sure they would do same for us if it was also us. So this brings us to the end of our newspaper and online news review with two of my co-hosts, Miriam Abnadede and Clement Yabankwe. It was a very, very interactive and inspiring conversation. It enriched my brain a little, some business news here and there. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again on Thursday.
Yeah.
So, we say black is beautiful. We learned that as kids in, primary school, nursery, as a poem, black is beautiful, ebony black is beautiful. But we still have people under pressure to look lighter, to look fair, to look like the white person. Why is that? And what are the effects of that? Up next, Miriam and her guest will be discussing into detail the effects of bleaching, especially among our young girls. So stay tuned. Right after this break, Miriam and her guest will teach us something new.
News update. We give you true happenings, detailed stories on our news line to make sure the public is well informed. When it breaks, we are there. Being it local, international, and business, Express Update is always there to cover.
And in the world of sports, we bring you the best sports updates locally and internationally. Join the news team on Clock TV for all your news updates.
This time I will make damn sure that he stays dead.
I don't know how to stop him.
You start by letting people help you.
But he's gonna come after you.
Let him come. I'm not that easy to kill.
There's a new player we've been tracking. We've been calling him Deathstroke. Find him.
This started with the two of us. That's how it ends.
You can't go out there by yourself. It's suicide. They're designated Task Force X.
Welcome to the Suicide Squad.
OJ and Charles Manson one available?
Deadshot is a go.
Shrapnel's a go.
Tiger's a go.
I created the Huntress.
Yeah, well, you created Slade too.
I have my allies, just as you have yours.
Be prepared for anything.
If they're wearing a mask, they get a bullet.
Once you let the darkness inside, it never comes out.
What are you gonna do? Kill me.
Prepared to be uplifted and inspired by the heavenly sounds of the gospel. Tune into the Gospel Hour, where the divine melodies will captivate your spirit and bring you closer to the essence of faith. Experience joy of gospel music with high quality and latest gospel videos exclusively on Clock TV.
Where are you?
I got a 1013. A Vic near Center Street.
Live!
Tried to kill her. Tried to kill Kathy.
Who's he working for?
NYPD. He's the international liaison in Rome.
I want answers. Closure. I need that for my children. I'm just trying to find out who killed my wife.
Upstairs is giving us the organized crime task force. Elliot is not in charge of it.
Who is?
Detective Stabler. I see you again. Our charge is to bust an international drug cartel. I just haven't been able to prove it yet.
I've never met the smart, dangerous, very bad man. I'd kind of like an introduction.
I run a legitimate business enterprise.
And my job is to catch scumbags. There's no doubt in my mind. I know what you are.
Extraordinary accusations call for extraordinary evidence, Detective. Prove it.
I will. Eli, get inside. Get inside.
We can nail the son of a bitch who did this to your family.
I was a damn good cop 12 years ago. I'm a better cop now.
I'm the big fat panda.
The whooshy finger hold.
Oh, you know this hold.
Did not see that coming.
Choose someone else. Please.
Clog TV. Beyond the policy.